Okay, one method to graph from intercept form involves finding the vertex by using the equation. So the first thing you're going to want to do is find and graph your x-intercepts. This is an intercept form. I know that because I see two sets of parentheses and neither of them are being squared. So if I want the x-intercepts, I'm looking for the solutions to the equation if y was equal to 0. So really, we know that my x-intercepts are 1 and -3, and I'm going to go ahead and graph those. Once you have those, you're going to find the axis of symmetry. Which is always halfway between my two x-intercepts. So we have x equals -1 for the axis of symmetry. I'm going to abbreviate axis of symmetry to AOS because I'm lazy, but you're just going to plug that x value into the equation. To get the y of the vertex. We know the vertex is on the axis of symmetry, so I know my vertex has to be -1 something. If I have x, I can plug in y into the equation. So if I have x equals -1, then in my equation, I can say -1 minus 1, and now we have -1 plus 3. When we simplify that out, -1 minus 1 is -2, -1 plus 3 is +2, so we get -4. So my vertex is -1, -4. And you can plot that point. Now that we have the vertex, we can use the 1a, 3a, 5a. Now for the a value with intercept form, you're looking for any number that's in front of the parentheses. So I'd be looking right there. I see no number there, which means I have an invisible 1. So I know my a value is 1. So when I calculate 1a, 3a, 5a, I just get 135. So from the vertex, I move over 1, and then up 1a, which in this case is 1. Then from that point, I go over 1 up 3a, which is 3, which I already have points there. And now from this x-intercept, I go over 1 up 5. And I can do the same thing on the other side. Ta-da! Okay, I'm going to do another one. I want to do, yeah, I'll do part C. So I already know that my x-intercepts are going to be 5, 0, and 1, 0, so I can plot those. We got those because we're looking for what number would I plug in that makes that parentheses equal to 0. Okay, my axis of symmetry is at 3. So I'm going to take 3 and I'm going to plug it into the equation. So I get 2 times -2 and +2. Multiply all that together, we get -8. So my vertex is at 3, -8. We can go ahead and plot that. Now my a value is this number out front. So if I was to calculate the 1a, 3a, 5a, 1 times 2 is 2, 3 times 2 is 6, and 5 times 2 is 10. So from the vertex, I go over 1 up 1a, which is going to be 2. From there, I go over 1 up 6. Then I go over 1 up 10, which goes off the graph. So as long as you have 5 points, you're doing pretty good. And that's how we graph from intercept form.